really weird, okay? And it doesn't really make sense as a story. It's not a great story, but if you don't see it as a story, but as a script, it makes a lot more sense, right? It's not something to be believed, it's something to be acted out, okay? Why? Because in Egyptian religion, the pharaoh is a literal reincarnation of Ra, Osiris, and Horus. And when you act these things out, you become the gods because you have their memories. Okay? So, how? Let me explain this, okay? I know you're a bit confused by this, but let me explain. So let's go back to Kant. What Kant tells us is that there's something called the noumena, which are the things in themselves. We can never know the things in themselves. We can never know true reality. We can only know the phenomena, which is the things we see. In other words, we cannot differentiate between what is true and what is false. So if you're able to control our experience, you're able to control our memories. Okay? So let me give you another example of this. Remember Monkey Island? On Monkey Island, we discussed this previously. 100 people are transported onto an island randomly, and they have to survive millions of flesh-eating monkeys. And this experience makes them strong, wise, and united. They're transported back to the real world, and together they conquer the world together. But now the challenge is, how do I ensure that my children and my grandchildren inherit my legacy? And the answer is through ritual. Okay? So what you do is you take your children, you put them on an island, and you tell them a story, and then you give them